Hello YouTubers, here's my video on doing a sawback design. The sawback design is the same or similar sawback design found in the World War I, World War II German Mauser bayonets. Let me get a piece of steel here. Here's a sample. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus. Come on, focus for me. There you go. So this is the sawback design. Now the spacing between the teeth may not be exact, but the pattern is the same. Alright, so the angle of these cuts might be a little different on the bayonets. I don't personally own one, so I don't know exactly for sure. But this is the pattern I'm looking for. When done right and sharpened, this feels pretty rough. So what I do, after I pick the knife that I want to work on, I measure out, I'm getting a ruler, I measure out 11/32. I'm trying to line it up. I measure out 11/32, and then the ruler's not perfectly lined up, sorry. And I mark out where I'm going to cut. And I'm going to use the cut-off saw with a thin disc, and I'm going to cut where these red lines are. And again, the camera's not focusing for me. Focus. Come on. There we go. Alright, so these marks are 11/32 of an inch apart, and then I've just produced a zigzag pattern, and that's where I'm going to cut. I'm going to cut over that red line with my cut-off saw. So this is what it looks like after I've made the cuts with the cut-off saw. I followed the pattern that I marked out, and I grabbed the cut-off saw and made the zigzag pattern. Followed the other side, connected the lines. And now we've got a cut that looks about 1/8 of an inch maybe down, and this is perfect just to drop the file and cut and start digging down with a file, a triangular file. Okay, so after maybe 3 hours of work, this is what I got. I was filing, and then I decided to take a shortcut and use my cut-off saw to cut the angles. I first used the blade, and that seemed to be a little tricky to maneuver, to manage, to maintain control of the tool. And let's see if I can get a close-up. And then I tried to use the grinding disc, and everything started getting burnt and dark and discolored, and I screwed up. I hit the wrong angle. So I got a nick here, and then a nick on the other side there. No way of fixing that. So this is the first time I've done this file work on a knife. I've done practice on other pieces. I've practiced on other pieces, softer metal, thinner metal. This is 3 hours of hard work, and something I do not like doing. So I'm considering cutting down, cutting across, and then giving this a slight dip. So then the knife would look like this, and I think you can picture it. I think it gives it a better look, more of an Americanized tanto than this Japanese eel knife design. Alright, this knife is a knife design my father wanted, so I'll ask him whether he could live with that, and then maybe I could fill it with epoxy just for aesthetics. But let me pause. Okay, so this is my side by side. The one on the bottom was a piece I practiced with. It's Home Depot steel I bought from Home Depot. I don't know, 420 or some sort of cheap steel, soft steel. It's 3/16 of an inch, I think, compared to 0.3 inches on top, and you could see that the difference there. Do I have the teeth at the same distance? No. So the piece on the bottom has the teeth closer together, basically a 2-to-1 ratio. Yeah, and they also seem to be half the height. Much less filing. Don't have to go down so deep. Softer metal. The 440 steel is pretty tough. Probably just as effective. I mean, it feels pretty sharp here. These just look menacing. Probably not effective at all at cutting. Alright, so this was a fail right there. Only way to fix it would be to cut them off and to give the knife a more of an Americanized tanto with a high thumb ramp. Probably looks better also. Well, it's not my decision. And that's it. Thank you.